Hello, my name is Emily and I am the representative of GVS Statistics. You hired us to look if it was a good option to travel, stay in Brazil. Our team of experts in economics and health have already finished their deep analysis on Brazil's current situation. In a few moments they will show you the result.
Hello, my name is Carlos Vega and I am the expert on Brazil's gross domestic product. I made a very deep analysis on this and there are lots of things you need to consider if you're planning to visit or stay in Brazil. First of all, in this graphic, as you can see at the day, Brazil's gross domestic product is at its lowest point since 2013. In 2013, the gross domestic product of Brazil was $2.4 billion. In 2014, it was the same, $2.4 billion. In 2015, it was $1.8 billion. In 2016, $1.79 billion. In 2017, $2 billion. In 2018, $1.8 billion. In 2019, $1.8 billion. And in 2020, $1.7 billion. So you can clearly see a depression here. But what happened in 2015? What could affect Brazil's gross domestic product worse than COVID-19 pandemic? Well, in 2014, Brazil hosted the World Cup of soccer. This was a huge event and Brazil got in debt because of constructing new stadiums, lots and new stadiums and remodeling common areas. The worst thing is that Brazil was just recovering from this and COVID pandemic happened. So if we are talking about gross domestic product in the future of Brazil, there will be a few years of depression in the gross domestic product, but probably eventually they will overcome this.
Hello, my name is Amelia Chavez and I am the expert in Brazil's economics. I did lots of research to find all the details of Brazil's economics in case you are planning to live there. So first you need to know that Brazil's minimum wage is 16,000 Brazilian reals, which equals to 1,767.00 colones. This was very impressive because the minimum salary in Costa Rica is 279,000 colones, or 2,523 Brazilian reals. So there is a huge difference in salaries, and that is something very important to consider if you are planning to live in Brazil. Also, if your salary is under 1600 Brazilian reals, you don't have to pay taxes. Now, taxes. This is a very complicated theme which took me a lot of time to research about, since over the years Brazil has added more and more taxes. So I'm going to talk about some of the most important taxes in Brazil. First, we have the value added tax. In Brazil, the added value tax is 18%. In Costa Rica, we have a value added tax of 13%, but in Brazil's VAT is added to more things, mostly on everything you can buy. In Costa Rica, it's only the most basic stuff. This is why Brazil could recover from the 2015 depression so quickly, and they can make it with COVID too. Then we have individual income tax. Brazil has a progressive personal taxation system under which individuals are taxed up to a maximum of 27.5% of their income. The Brazilian fiscal year begins on January 1st and ends on December 31st. The rate is progressive from 0% to 27.5% and shared out into three brackets. These taxation brackets apply to monthly income amounts on a yearly basis. Then we have Social Security tax, in which an employer needs to pay 37.3% of their gross salary, comprising 28.8% Social Security and 8.5% of severance fund. Then we have tax on rental income. This tax is charged on worldwide income for residents of Brazil at 15%, although some foreign tax relief and credits can be allowed under specific tax treaties. Then we have capital gains tax. Capital gains are generally subject to a tax at 15%, with exceptions, and gains from the sales of securities on a public stock exchange are taxed at 20% for all Brazilian residents. Non-residents have to pay 15% on capital gains relating to properties in Brazil at the moment the gain is obtained. And finally, we have municipal local tax. Some municipalities may charge a service tax on certain businesses or real estate transfer tax, 2% on transfers of real estate. An annual urban real estate tax property owners is also applicable at approximately 0.6%, but in some locations it can be as high as 1.4% of the assessed value of the property, but this will vary according to the municipality concerned. Knowing all of this, Brazil's economics are every day going higher and higher. Although today they are in a complicated situation, but if you are going to live in Brazil, you'll have to pay more taxes than in Costa Rica.
Hi, my name is Paula Moreira and I'm an expert on Brazil's health situation. So as you already know, COVID-19 has really affected Brazil's health situation. The first case of COVID in Brazil was detected in February of last year. He was a 61-year-old man who came from a business trip in Italy. The situation got out of control for many reasons, but mostly because of the irregular compliance with social isolations due to the fact that it was a long time before the disease got to Brazil, so many people didn't really follow the recommendations. Also, the confused attitude of the president. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the president of Brazil has ignored the rules of social distancing, encouraging, participating, and even causing crowds in the federal capital. The population ends up thinking that they can make their decisions to isolate themselves or not, since the directors do not agree with each other. Brazil decided to buy AstraZeneca and CoronaVac vaccines. The government of Brazil announced its vaccination plan that will have 4 phases. The first one will prioritize health sector workers, adults over 75 years old, and indigenous people, and also people over 60 years old who live in social residence or nursing homes. In order, the next phase will include people between 60 and 74 years old who also belong to a high-risk group due to their age. Then those with more than one disease like heart problems, diabetes, and kidney disease will be immunized. And finally, the 4th phase includes teachers, officials of the penal system, inmates, and members of the security and rescue forces. Between January 17th and March 2nd of 2021, about 8.84 million doses of coronavirus vaccines were administered in Brazil, a figure that translates into about 3.2% of the population receiving at least one dose of the vaccine. Less than 10 million people in the country of about 220 million had received at least one dose. Only 1.57% of the population had been fully vaccinated. During the announcement of its distribution plan in early February, the government promised some 46 million vaccine doses to be available in March. The first 500,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine were delivered and celebrated by top Ministry of Health officials in Rio de Janeiro this week, despite being months behind schedule. On March 19, 2021, Brazil registered a record of 90,570 cases in 24 hours and 2,815 deaths of COVID-19, becoming the second highest daily death toll since the pandemic began. Brazil is the second country in the world with the most deaths from COVID-19, reporting 215,243 deaths, and the third country with the highest number of infections after the USA and India. On January 2nd of 2021, 15,827 cases were reported, and it was the day with the fewest cases in 2021. By March 12th, 2021, there were 11,149,530 doses given. 5.34 doses have been administered per 100 residents.
Hey, my name is Rebeca Gonzalez and I am an expert on analytics. I decided that I was going to make a very deep analysis to show you the current COVID situation in Brazil. The best way that I came up with to show you this is to make comparisons. In this case, they are going to be between Brazil and Costa Rica. So the number of COVID cases registered in Brazil are more than 12 million and in Costa Rica more than 210. But to give you a better idea of the situation, I am going to show you how many cases of COVID in total there are per square kilometer in both countries. What I did here was divide the number of cases by the number of square kilometers in each country, which gave me the result that in Brazil there are 728 cases per square kilometer. Meanwhile, in Costa Rica, there are 0.243 COVID cases per square kilometer. As you can see, this is a big difference, and it means that Costa Rica is way safer than Brazil in all of this COVID situation. Then we have poverty rates. So as you can see in this graph, in both 2018 and 2019, 6.5% of the population of Brazil lived in extreme poverty, having less than $1.9 to live per day with. Also that in 2018, 25.3% of the population lived in poverty, having less than $5.5 per day. Then in 2018, this number decreased by 0.6%. Finally, we have criminality rates. For comparison, Costa Rica has 55 points on criminality rate, so this isn't a high number, but it isn't a low one either, so Costa Rica is like at a medium criminality rate. Now, Brazil. Brazil has one of the highest criminality rates in the world. Approximately 40,000 people are killed here every year, so you should know that if you are planning to visit Brazil, you should be very careful.
So, as you can see, our experts gave a lot of data on Brazil. They concluded that Brazil's economy, it's not at its best, but it's growing. Now, if we are talking about COVID, poverty, and safety, Brazil is very bad. Too many cases, many poor people, and lots of criminals.